Welcome back to the Manson Brothers Show.
If that's what we're calling it.
I'm Stone Manson. I'm here. Got my cocktail. Got my bro. Say hello, bro.
Hello, bro. I'm Skull Manson, a.k.a. Carlos.
A.k.a. What's going on with the hat this week? You know what? Hold that thought. Let's tell the folks out there, hey, guys, thanks for coming back again. If it's your first time watching, hit the subscribe button. Today, we're going to be talking about H.P. Lovecraft's Re-Animator. We will be right back. And we're back. It's another week of the Manson Show. Manson Brothers Show. We're the brothers. I'm Skull.
I'm Stone. No. We got that all.
That's like that Bugs Bunny trick where they used to say,
you know, rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, duck season,
rabbit season,
fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm Skull.
I'm Stone.
And I don't think he'd ever want to switch.
I would not.
No.
Maybe if I was in a fight, I might want to switch for just a pinch. But tell us what's going on with that cap you got on today.
This is
the other cap you're wearing.
This is a Western hat.
Western how?
I
don't recall many cowboys wearing leather unless they were in the Village People.
I bought it in Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's pretty west.
I vaguely remember that. Yes.
It's pretty west.
I think I was actually sober that day.
You were.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's why you were miserable to be around.
I was kind of cranky.
Oh, God. Anyway, we're talking about Stuart Gordon's Re-Animator.
Re-Animator.
Based on the H.P. Lovecraft 4-part story, which if you haven't read it, it's great.
There goes that savant thing again. How do you know this information? I don't get it. Literally on a daily basis, you spend maybe a minute out of every 24 hours with a moment of clarity. And yet, when we talk about films, somehow you're like a historian.
I don't know. I just gotta.
Is every ounce of gray matter you have directed at movies?
Yes, and other
wrestling
things
holds
that are unimportant.
Good Lord.
Yeah, the wrestling holds are probably important, but the
ignorance is bliss, as they say, folks.
They don't. What are you talking about? Ignorance is bliss. Bliss.
Never mind.
Isn't bliss that
Never
shit
mind,
you put on post?
I love you.
All right.
Anyway, let's go. Let's talk about Re-Animator a little bit. This movie
whipped ass when it came out.
Kicked ass. Just great horror film, but has some kind of comedy elements.
There's a lot of comedy in it.
What I love about this, if you ever watch anything about Re-Animator and the making of it, is that these guys very much were, they talk about the less is more theory. These guys were more.
Stuart Gordon was more is more.
Like, if you needed a 55-gallon drum of blood, they got 7 of them, right?
This came out, I think, at the time, too, when it was one of the first films to do that. To really like, let's pull the plug on it and just let go. Because it was unrated when it came out. It did not get a rating when it came out in theaters. I think it was 17 and over only. That was at, or 18 and over. I don't remember exactly.
Did they have NC-17 back then?
Not at that time. No, that came later. I think that came with Angel Heart. I think that's where that, I'm pretty sure. Not 100%. But yeah, they really pulled the hook on it.
What's her face was not, though?
Barbara Crampton.
Oh, I was talking about
Angel Heart?
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of hers. Lisa Bonet?
Yeah, I mean,
okay. She's with Aquaman now.
That's right.
Or has been for a long time.
By the way, how is there an Aquaman? I still don't understand. That is the worst superhero that ever lived. But anyway.
Well, Jason Momoa makes him cool, but other than that.
Who looks, by the way, nothing like Aquaman.
No.
Nothing like the real Aquaman.
No.
The real Aquaman looks like he came out of the SS or something.
Talking about Aquaman, we're talking about Re-Animator.
Sorry.
So Re-Animator.
Fish. That'll help the process.
Herbert West. Well, oddly enough, H.P. Lovecraft had a really weird thing with fish people. A lot of his stories revolve around fish people. Dagon.
So there is a connection.
There is actually a connection there.
There you have it.
Shadow over Innsmouth and a bunch of his stories.
Stop with the savant shit.
Anyway, it starts out with medical school students.
Yes.
2 buddies. Well, they're not buddies, but they're in the same.
One of them looks like he'd be in med school, and the other one looks like he would be like in med school if he was in his 50s. If they had a 50.
Right, he's older.
Dr. West.
It's Jeffrey Combs, great actor.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's made a living off of being Dr. West.
Yeah, and Dr. Mordred and a bunch of other characters he played.
What I love about Jeffrey Combs' character in this movie, Dr. West, is how pissed off he gets every time the other doctor talks about anything that has to do with the cerebellum or anything. He's breaking pencils. And, You know,
like these guys out here, it's off the run. It's really a modern day Frankenstein retelling. Really, it's
well, obviously they go further into that,
right?
And
right. That's a great movie too. That's sort of lost the time, but so he invents this gizmo doohickey elixir that brings
neon
people.
Green.
Yeah, it's neon green, and it's a great credit sequence, by the way.
Yes,
just a great film. So it brings dead things back to life, but not just bodies. It can reanimate.
Well, they first show him at the beginning reanimating somewhere like in Germany, right?
I don't know if it was in Germany, but yeah, he's reanimating.
He's in a different country.
Yeah, he's reanimating something.
And so he's been ostracized from the medical community in Europe, and
so his roommate is involved with I believe it's the dean's daughter.
Yes,
right.
It's the dean of the
medical school's daughter, played by the lovely Barbara Crampton. And then, of course, there's the professor doctor who's really an evil prick who's trying to get her.
What's that guy's name?
I'd have to look it up. I don't remember
He's got a great face. He's got a great face for an evil guy.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Fritz Weaver, but it's not Fritz Weaver. No. It's somebody else. But anyway, I don't know where they shot this thing.
I'm not sure either.
I know that I know Stuart Gordon's from Chicago though.
Oh.
Yeah, Chicago guy. Yeah, he is, Chicago guy. But anyway, so he's
those Chicago guys.
He's obsessed with the dean's daughter.
Yes.
So he's trying to like get her for himself, and he hates Herbert West because Herbert West is always showing him up in the medical school in the classes. Like, why are you closing these people's minds?
Right.
Damn it. You know,
studies have been shown that you can go to almost 12 minutes. That's preposterous.
Right. That's preposterous. And what's cool is he winds up figuring out West's serum, which
he kind of steals it, doesn't he?
I believe
he's hijacking it.
Yeah, he hijacks it.
And he knows that the girl's boyfriend is living with West also. So there's that combination.
Right. And he brings I think they kill the dean and they bring him back to life at one point, and he's like a blithering goof, you know?
He's banging his head against the window.
The great thing about this, a lot of color in this.
Oh man! Well, so as I was getting at before with the gallon, the 55-gallon drums of blood, they literally were like, if we needed one, we got 5, 6, 7, which leads to the enormous amount of bloodshed, aka color, which brings us to our wrestling term of the week, which is
getting color.
Getting color, bro. Tell them what getting color is.
So getting color, it's known by a few names: juice job, getting color,
gig, blade,
gig. Basically, it's when there's the promoter calls for blood in a match. I don't know how much they do it anymore, but back in the golden days of wrestling, especially the 70s, there was a lot of juice jobs going on.
I think back then, guys actually got paid extra money to do it.
I did.
And I think nowadays, when people do it, they just want to do it for some.
Yeah, when we had to do it, I got paid extra for doing it, and basically it's where
I never had to do it.
It's because you're a pretty boy.
I got hard blade.
Oh yeah,
that'll be another one.
Yeah, that's a different term.
Yeah.
So basically, you cut yourself with a razor blade and you bleed, and that's getting color. And if you do it and the promoter doesn't know about it, you're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah.
Because
they used to say red equals green, right? So you were supposed
but you had to use it, it was used for specific things.
It had to be in a blow-off match.
Yeah, it couldn't be in every match because it would lose its punch.
Now,
right?
some guy
who's the king of getting color?
Oh, God, I mean, there's Dusty Rhodes would be my pick.
It'd be Dusty Rhodes.
Ric Flair was big.
Ric Flair,
Jimmy Snuka was big.
He was, but I'd say the two guys that are the big ones are Rhodes and Flair.
Abdullah the Butcher.
He was the king of giving it.
Yeah, and he knew how to.
Yeah, he knew how to get.
But he had a head like a goddamn roadmap.
Yeah, right. So if a lot of the guys up by the hairline, which I don't have, but when I did, a lot of the guys had the scarring up there from how many times they would get.
I think that Flair was the best at it because he had that platinum hair.
Yeah, and
so when he got color, it was just red.
Yeah, I remember. I think it was Buddy Landell got it one time, and he had like platinum blonde hair.
Nature boy.
Yeah, and it just
actually one of the bloodiest matches of a couple of the bloodiest matches ever were AWA, the Rockers and Doug Summers, and that was a super bloody match. And Nick Bockwinkel and Kurt Hennig.
Nick Bockwinkel always got bloody.
That was color.
But that was back when wrestling was still cool, before they gave the business away and people believed it was real. So when you would see that, people would it would reinforce the belief that you're watching something that's legit.
And that, my friends, is color. So
this movie has a lot of color in it.
Yeah,
I'm sure. I assume most of you people have seen this. If you haven't seen it, go watch the damn thing and then come back and you listen to us banter about it.
But the color is not the only kind of over the top stuff that goes on in this film.
There is
not even close.
There is some nudity in it that is over the top with the lovely Barbara Crampton.
Well,
and I believe there is one of the strangest, oddest.
I think I know where you're going with
you know exactly where I'm going with
when the doctor has his head cut off.
That's exactly where I'm going.
He winds up taking the head from the
from his
tray
and
walking over to Barbara Crampton and placing the head gently between her legs
and giving her, for lack of a better term, head. And I remember watching this thing thinking, they're not.
All right?
They're not going to show this.
They're not going to do
it. And they did it. And I'm sure Barbara Crampton has made comments about this. I haven't seen it, but I would really love to hear what her, whole thinking process on it was.
Let's face it, there's a lot of memorable parts of this movie.
By the way, Barbara, we love you. We think you're a great actress. She's still making great movies today. And God darn it, she's still gorgeous.
Yeah. In a movie chock full of crazy moments.
That is one of the crazier moments in horror movie or any movie history for that matter. A disembodied head.
Yeah. Going down on the female that he's.
Right. I don't even know what you call it. Given Cunningham or whatever.
I think the word you're looking for is cunnilingus.
No, that's an airway that flies to Ireland.
Myself, who is a cunning linguist.
That's it. Well, that too. But Aer Lingus flies to Ireland. Yeah. So that's what they do. So if you want any more information about jet aircraft.
That's why they don't let me on Aer Lingus anymore.
Right. If you want any more.
Damn flight attendant.
She misunderstood you. That's all.
I agree. She did. That's right. Now I can't fly to Scotland.
What's your favorite part of Re-Animator?
We just talked about it.
That's your favorite part?
No, I can't say that's my favorite part. I know it is a great part. I got to tell you, I love the cat scene where he brings the cat back to life, and then brings the cat back to life again. After they have to break its back.
Yeah.
There's so many good scenes in this movie. It's just I got to tell you, for all the bloodshed and all the things that go on, I love the scenes with Dr. West and the other doctor where he's just bitching at him nonstop and pissed off.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I love the fact that West, who's this really nerdy doctor guy.
Yeah, he's super nerdy.
He's got balls like a brass monkey, man. Like, and he's not taking any shit. So I don't know. I love that part.
Brass monkeys throw shit, though, don't they?
Well, I think all monkeys throw shit at some point in time.
Not Peter Tork. He never do any shit.
Hey, we're the monkeys.
Maybe Mickey Dolan's.
But Mickey Dolan's
last surviving.
He's doing horror festivals now.
I know. He was.
Is it because that show was so horrible?
Wait, wasn't he in Rejects?
Mickey Dolan?
I believe he was. He was in a Rob Zombie film.
I don't know.
I believe he was.
Guys, if anybody knows Mickey Dolan's has been in a horror film, and we're not counting the Monkeys variety show that used to be on.
No,
where they went to Clarksville or whatever.
Was that a real thing?
Take the last train.
But was there a variety show?
Yeah. Hey, we're the Monkeys.
Oh, the show.
Yeah, the show.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to a very good friend of ours who passed on recently, Stuart Margolin, who was in the Monkeys, Star Trek, Rockford Files, great actor.
Rockford Files.
Stuart, we love you. We hope you're in a better place. Anyway, getting back to Re-Animator. My favorite scene, Mickey Dolan. My favorite scene is actually where the body without the head is walking around trying to kill Herbert West.
Trying to find the head.
He's trying to find the head. I thought that was great.
Isn't there a point where he's like, over here, you idiot?
Right, exactly. That's why I thought it was funny. So it's really horrific, but it's also real slapstick too. The movie's really well written and well directed.
The part that I didn't get is the scene where at some point in time there's just a large tentacle that comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
Out of the cadaver room.
I think they're trying to I haven't listened to the book in a while, but I think what they're trying to get it to is the more stuff that you pump into it, it does weird things.
Oh, okay. So it's almost like The Thing where
I think so. That's what I got from watching.
It starts taking on a very Thing-esque,
it does. Like tentacles come out.
Yeah.
So I think it's the more the serum or whatever that they use, the weirder it gets.
Well, and
I think
one of the things I love about the later versions is the different oddities that he creates with like a foot and then a crab, you know, and then like, or the other doctor's head when it gets the bat wings.
Yeah, it gets the bat wings. Yeah.
Oh my God, so good.
It's such a cool movie. Who's your favorite character? Herbert West?
Barbara Crampton.
Oh yeah.
No, absolutely Herbert West. And the doctor, I think, is an awesome character in the movie because he is, again,
he's evil.
His face would have been like he could have been a Christopher Lee or a Peter Cushing or something. He's got the absolute perfect horror face.
I think so.
It's something about
it. Yeah, he's a really evil character, and you just dislike. But you also kind of think Herbert West is a douche too. So it's like these two, like arrogant jack-offs.
Yeah.
That are headbutting.
It's not like West is coming at it from the good guy side.
But
he wants to see this thing happen just as badly.
No, and I gotta tell you, the doctor, and I think it's Bruce. I can't remember the actor's name. I think his first name is Bruce.
It is
not Campbell.
No.
But
good-looking guy.
Good-looking guy, but he was milquetoast, man. He didn't do it for me. I don't think he added anything to the film.
He did it for Barbara Crampton.
Please let us know. Yeah, do it for Barbara Crampton. I'd like to do it for Barbara.
She was one of my favorite parts of the movie too. She was fantastic,
and she did a great job too. And she didn't have an easy task.
Yeah, now this movie spurned some pretty kick-ass sequels too, which we'll talk about in depth at a later date.
How many sequels did it have?
At least 3.
It did? Yeah. I know it had Bride of Re-Animator. Was there another one?
Yeah.
Oh,
there was a 3rd one.
I didn't know. I have to watch it.
It's clearly, the camp factor goes up.
Yeah, they tend to do that.
Not that it wasn't campy to begin with,
but it wasn't. So it was. I think it didn't take itself too seriously.
It's an easy rewatch. It is it's a great movie.
But I don't think it. I don't know. It would be hard to call it cartoony.
It's not cartoony.
It's very over the top.
I love the serum. I once had a Halloween party. You were away, where I made a drink called the Re-Animator.
Yeah, you showed the pictures.
Exactly like it, and it involved some really, really bad for you stuff like yellow Gatorade. And there was something called slime or something. It was a great party favor.
Did people drink it?
Oh yeah, everybody loved it.
Did they get sick?
Hammered. No, they didn't get sick. I wouldn't do that to anybody.
I would.
You want to make people sick on purpose?
Well,
you're like Dr. West.
Not on purpose.
Why would you do that?
To bring it back to life again. Okay, so let's say you have a serum, right? Let's now aside from relatives and friends, who would you bring back to life?
Oh, well,
I'd like to know, you viewers, who would you bring back to life? No relatives or friends. Who would you bring back to life?
Interestingly, I think I wouldn't be able to do it. Most of the people I would want to be back to life are probably badly decomposed. Like I'd like to have,
Bruce Lee,
Jim Morrison back to life, or
John Bonham.
Yeah, or Elvis or somebody like that.
Good one.
Hang out with it would be super cool. John Bonham, that would be great.
Yeah, Mickey the fruit guy. I'd bring him back. Guy ran a fruit stand on a corner.
You can get fruit anywhere.
Yeah, but he always gave free apples to Ma. I wonder why. Wait a minute.
How much is an apple?
Wait a minute.
50 cents?
Wait, you don't think Ma was Mickey the fruit guy?
No.
I don't want to think about that.
Dad was dashing.
First of all, I had this because you fucking locked me out 2 weeks ago. I had to sleep with Mom at Mom and Pa's house. Do you know what it's like sleeping in that house? Those walls are paper thin.
I don't want to.
You know what them two do at night, and they're flipping. In their 70s, folks.
Don't talk about my beautiful mother that way. Stop.
Your beautiful mother.
Twice in her life.
Yeah.
And you were adopted. Most likely. So probably
singing "I Like to Be in America" the whole time.
Immaculate Conception.
Yeah. So he thinks.
Let's get back to the movie.
Yeah. That was after Pa was gone.
Nobody wants to hear this blather.
Anyway.
All right. So
I would bring back Bruce Lee. I would.
He'd probably beat the shit out of you if you did.
Probably.
Actually, you'd probably kick the crap out of him.
Bruce Lee? I doubt it.
He was little. You saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You know the straight dirt.
That was bullshit.
That's not bullshit. It's the truth. So
who do you both bring back?
Here's what I find interesting about this movie. I mean, obviously Barbara Crampton went on to become. Did she become bigger?
Yeah, I think
Jeffrey Combs went on to do a ton of stuff, but was he really bigger than Re-Animator at any point in time?
No, so Barbara Crampton, I think definitely belongs people don't consider her in the Scream Queen vein. They ought to, because she made enough horror movies. I mean, she went Re-Animator, From Beyond. Recently, she was in Jacob's Wife, which is an excellent vampire film. No, Jacob's Wife. That's a different movie. Oh. Jacob's Wife, excellent vampire film.
That brings us
your
email of the week. This one comes to us from JR from Fairfield, Connecticut.
All right.
This week, JR says, "Hey guys, great show. Love your show. You're talking about the beautiful Barbara Crampton. If you could pick any one hot female girlfriend, whatever character from any movie, who would it be?"
Any movie?
Well, I mean, any horror movie. I think.
Okay. Oh, that's a no-brainer for me.
I think it is for me too. But...
Well, you go first then.
I need to run through the list real quick.
Then I'll go.
Okay, you go.
The lovely, incomparable Carolyn Monroe, whom was in many horror films, but this particular one was Dracula AD 1972 with Christopher Lee, Hammer horror film.
And you're going out there.
Carolyn Monroe, if you're out there and you're watching, biggest fan. I had a crush on her since I was a little kid. She's still a beautiful woman in her 70s. And I have an autographed picture of her, and she sent me a really nice note to boot. Really nice lady and beautiful. God, beautiful.
That is tough for me. As I'm thinking about
also in James Bond movies too, by the way.
There are so many great ones from all the Friday the 13th.
Yep. There's a lot of them.
I really dig the chick from Hellraiser.
Oh yeah.
Ashley
Lawrence.
Yeah. She was very attractive. Yep. At the end of the day, though, I gotta go with my favorite. We talked about this before. Got a chance to meet her last year. I was quite excited. The one and only PJ Soul.
Yeah.
She's
tops
on the list.
If you had to pick a second one. Fellas.
I don't know. God.
We want to know.
If I had to pick a second one that's not PJ Soul, maybe Linda Blair. But she's like a lead.
Catherine Mary Stewart from Night of the Comet.
Oh man, and she still looks fantastic.
CMS, we love you. You're great.
Yeah,
you're great. She's a really great person too.
Yeah, very nice lady, and really still a beautiful.
Very
woman.
Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Great actress too. She doesn't make enough stuff.
JR, great question. Keep those emails coming, folks. God, I could sit here and talk about horror chicks all day.
Well, let's get back to Re-Animator though. Yeah. So I know. So Stuart Gordon made this one, and then he made From Beyond, which was another Lovecraftian kind of thing, also with Ken Foray in it and Barbara Crampton. And also, I think Jeffrey Combs is in it as well, and he doesn't play a villain. He actually plays a good guy in it. Well, actually, he is in it. Oh, he's a great actor and a super nice guy.
He was in like House on Haunted Hill, the remake of that.
He's in lots, does a lot of voice work too. Yeah. He played the Question, who is a DC character, like a lesser known DC comic book character in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon series from the 2000s.
What other DC character had question marks all over it? It was the Riddler, right?
The Riddler did, but this guy didn't have a question mark on it. His name was the Question. He had no face, and he was like a detective. He's a really cool character. But Jeffrey Combs voiced him in the cartoon.
On the Riddler.
That I'm an idiot? Oh
no. Batman was surprisingly adept at solving those riddles. He could literally do it within 5 seconds.
Yeah.
The Riddler needed to come up with some,
Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin loves riddles. He has a book that he goes to. It's an old book called the Exeter Book of Riddles. So I got the book, and I couldn't make head or tail out of it. And I went at it for 4 days, and then I realized that the book was upside down.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting.
That was supposed to be a moo.
That's why we don't drink when we do the show.
That was my Riddler joke. Had to have one.
There is no Riddler jokes.
All right.
That's why they're called riddles and not jokes.
Ah, there you go.
Okay.
So, tons of blood, crazy shit, lots of color.
Yeah. What I like about the movie is it's mayhem through the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like a big chaos.
Seriously, where else would you ever get headless, oral sex in any film?
I don't know. Usually oral sex involves a head.
Wait a minute. There is a movie where it's the other way around and the guy's holding the head and the head is not any.
Yeah, Tension.
Oh, no. I think it's in
that French movie, Tension, High Tension.
Nope. It's in the trailer for the fake movie Thanksgiving from Eli Roth.
Well, there's this scene in the movie High Tension where the guy's sitting there in his truck and it looks like somebody's giving him you know, the business. And it's a disembodied head.
Oh, I liked High Tension. That was a good movie.
Yeah, I liked it too. Anyway, but we're talking about Re-Animator. I like Re-Animator because it's chaos. It's fun from the time it starts to the time it stops. Yeah. If you haven't seen it in a while, go back and rewatch it.
Check it out.
And if you haven't seen the Manson Brothers Midnight Zombie Massacre, please. Oh, see, Randy's big head was upside down. Go back and watch that. Manson Brothers Midnight Zombie Massacre available.
And if you have seen it, rewatch it again. But rent it for the second time so we get the 15 cents off.
Leave us a good review, please, even if you didn't like it, because it helps us out and we're nice guys.
A little bit.
And we'd help you out.
Nothing wrong with a little hyperbole.
No.
Keep those emails coming.
Isn't it hyperbole?
No, it's not hyperbole.
Oh, okay. And we're also selling t-shirts, hats.
I think hawking would be the better term.
Hawking.
Selling. There needs to be a little bit more despair involved.
Yeah. So go to our website, mansonbrothers.com. We'll autograph whatever you want, even if you don't want it.
Cool hats. Don't forget the cool
please
hats.
Spread the word about the show. Hit like and subscribe. And if you have suggestions on movies you'd like us to talk about, send them in.
Who's hosting this show, by the way?
You are.
Yeah, right. Whatever. Hey, guys, that's our show for this week. Again, rewatch Re-Animator. If you haven't seen it, watch it for the first time. It's a great one. I know if you're a horror fan, you're going to love it. More is more. That's the theme for this.
Yeah. And guys, treat your girlfriends right. Don't be a jerk.
Get those pets spayed and neutered. Till next week.
See you later, shitty pants.